First of all, that's a big-time college football game, and it's a privilege to be part of a game like that where great kids on both sides battle like crazy and fight. It's exactly what we thought it would be, and we knew it was going to be tough-minded young men, and those defensive fronts, those offensive linemen on both sides played like crazy, and it was there will be some sore young men tonight and tomorrow morning when they wake up, that's for sure. So, we made some plays. The second half of that big turning point was when we were able to score on the last, I guess it was the last drive of the first half there. We got more yards on that series of plays in the scoring drive than we got the whole first half. I believe after that we got like 2 first downs and 47 yards. So that gave us a little bit of momentum, I believe, going in. And then we just kept on pounding and making plays. The turnovers were huge for us. We were able to get a couple turnovers and convert them into points. And proud of the young men in this program, the way they played today. And my hat goes off to them. They just kept on fighting and kept on battling. And we were fortunate enough to make some plays in the end to win.
The wind was a big factor, wasn't it?
The wind was a big factor. Yeah, absolutely. I think when you were going that way, try to make a decision at halftime to if we wanted it in the fourth quarter, if we wanted it in the third quarter. We decided to go with it in the fourth quarter. And I felt like that was the best move, and I believe that paid off in the end. But the wind was it was definitely a factor.
Gary, Chris was out like 2 hours before kickoff testing leg, and it looked like he wasn't happy. Can you take us through how close he was to playing and how Trotter did filling in for him?
Yeah, Thursday practice, Chris looked very good. Was it Thursday or Wednesday? Whenever we talked last, I guess it was Thursday. He really did some good things. The key was the recovery off of that, and he felt good, but Chris has gone through this before. He understands himself, and he just came up to myself, came up to the trainers, and I asked him, he says, "Coach, I just feel like I opened up and I had a problem." So that ended it right there. We need to get him back where he needs to be. And as bad as that, for Chris to say that, but he was definitely worried.
And then Trotter filling in for him. It looked
Marcus
like
did a great job. Marcus came in, and it's Marcus's moment. It's a credit to him for the way he prepared. The defensive coaches, Coach Aramis, his position coach also, but he's obviously lived in the moment, and he's had himself prepared all the way. That doesn't just happen in a week or happen in 10 days with a bye week. It takes time to get into that position and play the way he plays. So it matters to him a lot, and it's great to see him have success.
Can you talk about holding Iowa to field goals there early when your offense was struggling, just how important that was?
It was a huge point in the football game. We had zero. We didn't have anything going other than we were playing pretty salty defense in the first quarter for sure. We couldn't run the ball, it seemed like an inch, and we couldn't throw the ball. And our punt game was kind of a little bit all over the place with the wind, and they got the ball. I don't know what the starting field position was, but for our defense to hang in there and force them to kick those field goals was big. I thought the defensive staff mixed it up pretty good, a little bit better down there in the red zone, and forced them to kick some field goals. And that was big. It could have jumped out of control real quick if we couldn't hold those field goals.
To be missing some guys, Gary, and then to lose Jared like that, what did it say about the mindset of your guys? What did you see in that?
One thing I'm going to remember this team for forever, regardless of what happens through the rest of the season, is they're never phased. And it's the next kid that's got to go in, whether it's on special teams, offense or defense. They seem to be prepared to get in the moment, and the most important part of that is they rally around each other. Nobody felt like we would go out there and play poorly today on defense because Marcus was going to be in there playing and that Orland wasn't going to play. They knew Marcus would play well, and it speaks highly for those kids and the faith they have in each other and want to.
When did you know you wouldn't have Dipple, and can you say anything about his situation?
What would have been Thursday night. Tyler just has a really bad family situation. I hope he returns this week soon, and probably maybe midweek or so. Family first. Will always be family first. He needed to get back there and take care of things, and he's handling that. Talked to him this morning, and hopefully everything's moving in the right direction. But it hurt not having him today, and it hurt Tyler not to be here, but I'm glad we got the win for him.
so he's back home in Hart.
He's in California.
Gary, can you talk about the interceptions both forced by pressure? It might not show up in the box score, but that's...
Yep. It looked like we were, I didn't have my eyes on there, but I was told we were getting pretty good pressure on the quarterback. I was watching the back end so much today, but we got some good pressure, got some balls kind of floated up in the air, the one bounced off, and Pat made an unbelievable pick on the one, jumped up, and I didn't know Pat could jump so high, but he sure did on that snap and made a tremendous play. The turnovers played a key role in this football game. And when these two teams play for years to come, I'd imagine it's going to be just like that.
You mentioned Muldoon earlier.